How would you feel if this happened to you? In 1974, there was a young couple with a small child living near Lincoln, Nebraska. The husband had seen a UFO a few years prior and had become fascinated with the subject. UFOs were being seen all around the Lincoln area for several days in a row when this man decided to try and contact them in a way that only he knew how, using a computer and a pager. He encrypted two different parts of the same message and put it out over the computer and the pager across the RF band. UFO, meet me at top of hill west of Lincoln at 9 p.m. He then put the fact that he had sent a message out to the universe in the back of his mind, and at 9 p.m. that night, he was already out UFO hunting with a friend. They didn't see anything, but his poor wife that he left at home alone sure did. They lived in rural Nebraska, renting a mobile home on a dairy farm in a field. Right at 9 p.m., the cows started kicking up a ruckus and the dogs were barking and the baby was screaming uncontrollably. And then the TV went completely to static for several minutes. Then everything calmed back down, except for the baby. The husband came home to find his wife and child terrified. Once he came home, they relaxed and the rest of the night was peaceful. And even though he knew the wife's scary event started roughly at 9 p.m., he was more concerned with making sure that they were all right than connecting the message he'd sent out with his wife's experience. The next morning, when he listened to the radio to see if there were any new UFO reports in Lincoln, there was one. A woman called in to talk about a bunch of red lights that hovered and then just flew away. The radio station said the woman's name, and the man found her name in the phone book, and he called to get her story. She said that as they were watching TV, a mass of red lights appeared near the top of the hill nearby, and they went out trying to figure out what it was. Was it emergency equipment or something else? Well, it turned out to be something else, all right, as those lights suddenly flew straight up and then away. The man asked her where she lived, and he found out that she was their neighbor just over the hill, and she was looking exactly in the direction of the dairy farm where he lived when she and her family saw the lights. Again, 9 p.m. The man did not make the connection back to the message in that moment. Years later, after that man turned out to be a celebrated UFO investigator, he finally put two and two together and realized he'd almost had a close encounter of the fifth kind, human-initiated contact. But since his poor wife wasn't in on it, it was just a terrifying incident for her, and he missed it. That might have been his first CE5 experience, but it wasn't his last. Since then, he's created the UFO-CQ, a device that anyone can program to send messages skyward, and he uses them on all of his skywatches all over the country with very encouraging results. If you want to hear the technical aspects and his side of the story, then listen to this linked video.